That'll be fun.
Hey, we're started. Welcome to the Untitled Studios podcast thingy.
Hello.
We have Engelhardt with us today.
Hello.
40 Mike with us, and I'm Stabby hosting. Class is not joining us because he's a little bitch. That's what it is.
Punk
He's
ass.
dead to us.
Punk ass, bitch ass.
Has nothing to do with any sort of technical issues. He's too much of a sissy pants to join the podcast today.
He's just. Who needs reasons?
He has a bitch-ass mic, from what I understand.
Oh yes. Nicely quoted from Classhole himself.
We're going to start off with a little something different than we usually do.
Yay.
This is 26 questions Asians have for white people. This is from BuzzFeed.
And with the general consensus of 3 white people.
Well, we're answering the questions, sir.
We're white.
Exactly.
We get to answer them because we're white. We speak for our whole race, just like the 10 people in that video speak for the entire Asian race.
Yeah.
Nothing about that is racist at all.
Tasty racism.
It's China.
Well, no, but they
all I'm
were
gonna
all
say.
Asians. Like, they had people from, like, India and stuff, too.
China.
They didn't have, like, any Thai people or any... I mean, they just, But that very small group of Asian people gets to speak for the entire Asian community.
Need a little diversity in your soup.
Orientals.
So the first question... why do you think a film or TV show is diverse just because there are one or two black people in it?
Because it's not just white people?
I think because the very...
which would make it more diverse by definition? I mean,
yeah, the very definition of diverse... as I fix this, because it's just going to bother me if it's typoed.
we need all Asians.
No, I just thought that was amusing because it's like the very definition of diversity. That actually means it's diverse. And also because there are several, like, dozen different races, aren't there? I mean, like, how many people can a film or TV show have in its cast before it becomes absurd?
Yeah. Well, and also, are you just hiring them because they're a race? Like, are they just a token?
To be honest, I think a lot of
that.
A lot of film and TV roles don't have a specific race attached to them. They just pick the actor that's stuck out. Because there's times when they were like, "Oh, we wrote this role thinking about this guy," but then this other guy showed up and it's like a white guy and a black guy, and so they were like, "But the black guy was so much better," or vice versa. It's just like, whatever. Why are the awkward nerd characters the only roles available for Asians in film? Now, I gotta say, you're counting out an entire film genre at that point. Like, I guess nobody knows about martial arts films at BuzzFeed.
I like kung fu movies.
I mean,
that's the best, man.
Besides that, all Orientals are nerds, so that's the answer to that.
Well, they either know karate or they're nerds. They just completely forgot. Like, they got the wrong stereotype entirely.
That's racist enough.
Oh, what's it? Isn't there an actor, an Asian actor in Walking Dead that is pretty much a badass and very much... Yeah, Glenn.
Yeah, he was a
That's
little
right
mealy-mouthed motherfucker at first, but he's pretty badass now.
Yeah, he's a fucking badass. I mean, I don't know if he's exactly a nerd or anything from the beginning, but it's like they definitely don't portray that now.
Oh, he was.
Well, that was the irony. That was the irony. It's the vast majority of stereotyped characters.
Yeah, and I think that
in
that
movies
is
and
just
film
one
were
example.
like martial artists.
That is just one example in a very big group, and it is probably more often than not you're going to have like the Asian character is going to be more awkward.
No,
for some reason,
overwhelmingly.
For some, I guess it depends on what you're looking for as what you consistently watch.
Just the majority of the stereotype has been that and still is. It's just a huge part of martial arts and action films.
Yeah.
I'm also guessing that they're talking specifically about American films because people make films in other countries. And
well, now to be fair, Bollywood is in Asia.
I imagine that most of the people in those movies are from the area that those movies are filmed in.
Filmed in a specific area.
And shown to.
Like when movies are filmed in like places in Europe and most of the actors are people from that place in Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty common.
That might be a thing.
Yeah, that's a smart bet that you're going to want to gonna want to make.
Yeah, when they made the Lord of the Rings, like the vast majority of the cast was from like New Zealand because they were there.
We know what's up.
Well, I mean, even it's like China has their own movies and TV shows. It's like all those people are probably Asian. Like
China has a huge film industry.
They've narrowed it down to just American films.
Well, I mean, but just look at India too. India has Bollywood, and Bollywood is by far larger and more productive than Hollywood is. Yeah, I mean, there's more money in it. There's everything. Like, it's just way bigger. And I guarantee the vast majority of people in those films are all Asians.
Yeah.
Number 3, why are all of you talking about our penises?
Because
I wasn't, but okay.
I was gonna say, guys seem to be obsessed with the size of their penis, and no matter what context, they're probably talking about penises.
Yeah, I think that's just general. It's like, why do guys... That should be the question. It's like, why do guys talk about penises? Yeah. Because for some reason we just have this fascination with it.
Because I think white guys...
white guys superior to vaginas?
Are smaller than black guys. But
it's not going to piss people off.
Yeah, no, not at all.
No, it's because white people want to have larger penises than another group of people. We know we can't compete with the black guys, so we've got to win against the Asians. It's like, oh well, you've got smaller penises, we're better.
But is that even real? Isn't that just a stereotype, or is that actually true though?
I don't fucking know.
I haven't gone and done the research on that. Here, pull down your pants. I want to check.
I thought it was something like the Spanish or the French had the big ones. I don't know, man. They did like a thing where they checked different countries for penis size. But who really cares?
I'm sure black people have huge cocks.
I think it turned out to be like Spanish or like the French or something were the ones packing, or like the Swedish maybe. I don't know. It was really like weird.
It's just something I don't want on my search history. It's just
just don't want that on your search history.
Yeah, it's like I don't need it. I already look up goofy shit on the internet already. It's like I don't need to like look up research studies on dudes' wings.
This is really as big as I hear.
I don't know. I heard it on the radio. I don't know if it's how accurate the study even is.
That's great because they can do the research. I'm fine with that.
Number 4.
Jeeves will know.
Question number 4. Why do you think Asians can't be the stars of movies?
Again, I'm pretty sure there's all Asian movies.
I'm pretty sure you're not thinking about like Jackie Chan, Jet Li, what's her name? God damn it. Lucy Liu. I mean, there's a ton of Asian film stars. Like, can we just be honest about that one? That's just not a true thing.
I mean, I don't see them like mainlining movies all the time, but we do have Asian stars.
I mean, there's a ton of them.
I like Asian stars.
Honestly, we could do for some more. I mean, it has been a while since I've truly seen someone as big as.
Has to be martial arts though.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Gosh. But no, I mean, I can understand that question because if you look at the people who are like the top tier actors right now, it's a bunch of white people and maybe a handful of like mix of maybe black people or something.
My problem
it's a lot of white dudes and ladies.
My problem with the question is they're making a huge assumption. Why do you think Asians can't be the stars of movies? I never said they couldn't.
Yeah.
Why are you assuming that I think that?
Dude, I grew up on Jackie Chan movies. That dude didn't have to do martial arts. He was just fucking hilarious.
Jackie Chan's funny.
But his old movies, like when they're, I guess, like the subtitle ones, those are actually fantastic.
He's amazing.
The dude has got the best comic timing of almost anybody in movies.
And he's death-defying.
Oh yeah, there's a video I found on YouTube that was of him screwing up a scene. Like it was a stunt. It was a stunt that went bad.
Yeah.
And he damn near broke his neck doing it, and you could see him landing super wrong from like a second-story window.
He broke his head open.
Yeah, you're sitting there just like watching, like, oh, why? And he got up and did it again. Just make sure he can do it right.
He's hanging from helicopters with no blue screen. It's like, holy shit.
Like, no, that right there, I don't care who you are. If you're willing to throw your ass on the line for a movie, you are the best actor on the planet.
He's a legend.
Number 5. Why do you think that watching Korean dramas and K-pop makes you an expert on Korean culture?
Makes you an expert in K-pop.
I mean, you have to become somewhat familiar with the culture if all you do is watch their media.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't watch either of those, and
I don't think it makes you an expert in anything except their
K-pop
media.
is just like one of those really energetic, like super happy kind of music. It's
a little bit like hair
intense.
music from the 80s.
I mean, it's not bad. It really isn't. I'm gonna be honest with that.
Yeah,
but
it's
I'm
like
not
the
gonna
80s
say
threw
it's
up
like, I
in
know
Korea.
Korean culture. I mean, the only thing I do know Korean culture through my brother, but that's because he lives there. So
Yeah,
that's
I don't know,
it.
man. I don't think anything really makes you an expert on Korean culture, but I think that
Probably not.
you got to start learning somewhere. So why not there?
They're popular shit.
It's a good
God
start
forbid
because
people,
you get music with it.
It's how people that like animes know more about Japan than a lot of people. But a lot of the stuff that they know is also like misconstrued because they don't have the whole picture.
Yeah, definitely. Number 6. Why do you cast white people for roles that are meant for Asian people?
Because
meant for Asians.
Because
I wanna
producers
know what
are
your
douches.
source of information for that is. Like, how do you know that was meant for an Asian person?
We see this all the time. We see white people get recast as black people, and then all the white people are like, "Oh, how dare you!"
If you're doing a
black
remake,
people
then I
get
can see what your
recast
point
as white
is.
people, and everyone's up in arms about that. It's like recasting happens.
It does, and I don't know that race should really be that big of a deal unless it's like integral to the part.
Yeah.
Like you can't really cast a bunch of like Asian Black Panthers. That would be really weird.
Like, if he's a guy from
they're
China,
KKK members, and he pulls off the hood, and it's a black
Chinese-looking
dude.
guy.
We're all going to be a little confused. That's going to take you out of the realism of the film.
Might just reel you back a little bit.
You know, like you see a big scene, there's a whole bunch of KKK guys. You're like, oh, that was terrible. They all pull it off. One guy's like, ¿Qué pasa, homies? Let's see. Number 7.
like Clayton Bigsby.
Number 7. Why do you think saying namaste is an appropriate way to greet me? Or is it namaste? Yeah,
Namaste. Because isn't that just a way to greet people?
I guess if you're going up to like somebody who's Indian, they could decide to be offended by that.
But
yeah,
people,
it's assuming.
I know
people say that to me though.
Everybody though, so I don't know why you would think that you're special and they shouldn't say it to you.
Yeah, I know people that say that to everybody. Like that's just the way they greet people.
Yeah.
I guess if you do it just to this one race, I guess I don't know.
Well, it's a little weird, but at the same time, I feel like you're probably trying to be
nice.
socially awkward.
Yeah.
More than racism. It's not really racist at all. It's just like you just don't understand how to be like socially,
Why do you think saying ni hao? So this is the exact same thing.
Yeah, why do you think saying ni hao is a good thing to say to us? Let's be honest, that's because of that fucking kids show, Ni Hao Kai Lan.
Well, I mean, ni hao is the traditional
kids show.
It's a traditional greeting.
It should have never happened.
So I don't know.
Number 9, why do you think I eat dogs?
Because dogs are
you're Chinese.
delicious.
Because in Korea, people eat eating dogs. It's there's nothing wrong with that. If I were there, I would absolutely try it.
Oh, it's delicious.
You try it.
It really is.
Without even knowing it, probably.
Yeah, it's like we've all probably eaten horse meat and we don't realize it.
Oh, and that's actually from experience. Spending a week in China. It's actually pretty tasty.
Because people in Asia eat dogs. That's not uncommon. Now, if somebody's going, you fucking dog eater or whatever, I don't know.
Yeah, you're gonna get some. I always get weird looks when I say that, but it's just like, well, because it's a pet here, it's not food. If it was food here, then we're like, oh, okay, yeah, I had a dog last week.
Yeah. It's like in India, they're just like, how dare you eat the cow?
Yeah.
It's like cow is what you eat, homie.
Burgers are delicious.
McDonald's.
Yeah, that would be a lot like Indian people being like, well, in America we eat cows. We don't have the same religion. Like you would just explain to that person like why you eat cows.
Yeah. And then you're the devil.
And then just be like, I'll
then you're the white
country and not do that here. It's totally chill,
Motherfucker.
Number 10. Why do you think that Hindi and Hindu are the same thing?
They're only one letter different.
Frankly, I just don't give a shit.
There's only one letter.
Isn't one the language and one's a religion or something like that? I don't know. I mean, in all honesty, I just don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, this is actually just the lack of education on my part. I don't know the difference. I'm guessing I'm following your lead on that one. Like I would assume
Well, I think
one's
the vast majority of people would be like Hindi and Hindu are different because they're two different words. So.
Well, besides that.
I think it's insulting to assume that all white people are fucking ignorant. Yeah.
But even if they are, it's like they're not trying to be mean just because they don't know the difference between Hindi and Hindu.
A good counter to that is, why do you expect me to be a cultural expert in things from every single country?
Oh,
because there's a lot of countries and a lot of cultures and a lot of languages, and I don't fucking understand all of them. So deal with it.
How dare you?
You are an evil person.
Number 11, why are you so surprised that I can speak English well? I'm going to be real honest here. I'm surprised that anybody I talk to can speak English well, because I have really low expectations for everybody.
Yeah, I'm surprised because no one else I know can fucking speak English well. That's why.
It's nothing to do with race. I'm surprised when white people speak it well. Everybody, you know.
Yep.
I mean, to be honest, the thing is that their education system to teach them English is surprisingly better than probably our own.
Well, I mean, you gotta teach the slaves how to speak the master's language.
No,
you know. Look at the fucking. All the corporations are taking work from our country and sending it over there. Like all the what do you call that? The tech support and stuff like that. It's like they basically pay them a slave wage.
Well, yeah.
I don't know how else you would really. They live in the place where they work 90% of the time. I don't understand how that would be anything other than slavery, but okay.
No, I mean, I'm not saying no to that.
Yeah.
If you want to leave.
So why wouldn't the government, who's getting a lot of money in kickbacks to allow it, not want to teach their people to speak the language of the people that are going to basically own them?
As much as I'd like to be the optimist, I'd say culturally diverse, but then I know that that's not the actual reality of the matter. It's actually quite evil.
Although I have to admit, that is kind of like an insulting thing, just because you meet like some Asian dude like, wow, you speak English really well. That's pretty fucking racist.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. I mean, it's cool. Good thing, good. You know, it's good to know two languages, but hopefully it wouldn't be for slavery. Hopefully it's just like the fact that you know two languages and you're a badass for knowing two languages.
I knew a Chinese guy that had just moved to America.
Yeah, first generations are always happy to be told that, though.
And after a couple months, I was like, wow, you're speaking English really well now. I was surprised.
I mean, and it's also, I feel like
that's one example that I can think of.
It's what we would want, like, it's at least personally for me, it's like, it's something I would want if I'm trying to learn another language.
Somebody like, actually tell you?
Yeah, someone be like, hey, that sounds like shit, man. I mean, like, it's mean, but it's like, you kind of want someone to be honest, or at least to someone approach me like, hey, you're really trying, that's not awful.
One of the jobs I worked with had a lot of first-generation Asian people working there. So I worked with a lot of people that were just learning English or just been speaking it for a few months.
Yeah.
And they were always like, you know, they'd always ask you, like, how am I doing with English? Like, they would just ask. You know, and they were always, you know, but I think, you know, the line there is like, you know.
And then you'd be like, you
case by case kind of thing. Because, I mean, I actually had a experience a couple jobs back where I was working as a dishwasher. And the person I was working with was fluent in Spanish and had broken English.
Yeah.
I know, shocker.
A Spanish
but
dishwasher.
The thing was that what we would do is
we're racist now.
We would each ask like each other words of like how, you know, como se dice, like whatever thing I thought about. And then she would ask me how to say something in English. And so it was a nice.
Yeah, how do you say?
How do you say? Yeah.
That's what that means. It's just so you know.
Yeah, sorry. For anyone who doesn't know Spanish, there you go. Whoever took French in high school.
Yeah.
Yes, you'd be like, como se dice baño in English? I'd be like, how do you say bathroom in English?
Yeah.
That's butchered, though. That's probably not grammatically correct.
Yeah. That's screwing it up and insulting an entire.
It's probably like baño, como se dice English in, or something like that. Like they have a weird like syntax, like where things go in sentences.
Chalupa.
Number 12. This one actually, I kind of have to say is pretty fair. Why do you always ask me where are you really from?
Because I don't believe you. You're a seedy motherfucker, and I don't believe what you're telling me.
In one respect, I can kind of understand that being annoying, but in another respect, if I'm expected to know the difference between every different type of Asian, why are you getting angry if I'm asking for the to figure out what the difference is?
Because you're assuming they're not from America.
Yeah, but if they get mad, like, well, you must be, like, Japanese, and like, no, I'm Thai, you piece of shit. It's like, well, okay. Look, how am I supposed to know this if you don't if I never ask any questions?
I think it's more like this is an American, that has grown up in America, and they're like, no, but where are you really from? Like,
honestly, I feel like if you ask the same question back, they'd be like, oh, I'm like German, Austrian, or something like that.
Oh yeah, well yeah, if you go back far enough, not many people living in America today are from America.
Well, I'm just saying, I think a lot of people are really proud of like whatever heritage they have.
We wiped them out.
Like, oh, I'm Irish, on my father's side.
Yeah. Your heritage.
And I think that's what this is, just a socially awkward way of asking that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's probably a better way to ask that.
Well, there probably is, but if you get angry at people who ask you questions politely, I think you have problems.
Where are you really from, foreigner?
Why do you always think it's okay to call me an immigrant or a foreigner? I don't understand who's doing that. Is that happening a lot?
Fucking racist. Like, just
I've been alive for 35 years, and I've never seen anybody do that.
Oh.
I mean, I know I'm in California, so it's specific. It's like a different world. But have any of you guys ever seen that? Because I've never actually seen that.
Yeah, I hear people.
I'm not saying. Oh, okay.
You hear some racist shit every once in a while.
They don't say it to their face. They're just like that.
Oh yeah, no, I've heard people talk about it, like, oh, those dirty foreigners or immigrants. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, but I've never actually had anybody call anyone that in front of me. Like, I just was curious because I've never actually seen that happen. I'm not saying it can't. I'm just
Or if you're on the phone with tech support. Then,
really? Well, to be fair, if you're on the phone with tech support, you're probably not talking to somebody in America anyway.
Yeah. They are foreign.
Why do you think Indians aren't Asians?
Okay, so we're not talking Native Americans.
Yeah, no, they're talking from like India, which I don't understand how you would not think that.
Well, they are. They're
because you are geographically challenged.
Yeah.
Number 15. Why do you say it's basically the same thing when I tell you I'm from Sri Lanka and not from India? I think somebody has a really specific grudge because that doesn't seem like something that happens.
I'm still
a lot.
parsing the sentence. When I tell you I'm from Sri Lanka and not from India. Okay.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Whatever.
Yeah,
it's over.
On.
It's not in America.
Racist motherfucker.
Why does a person of color automatically mean black to you?
Person of color?
Probably because person of color is a phrase that was created in the 90s when everything was ridiculously PC, specifically to call black people so that you weren't actually calling them black people.
Yeah. Well, now they're native. They're African Americans, and we have Native Americans now. Now we have super PC names for everyone.
Well, and if you have changed the definition of the word, fine, but don't be pissed off that other people aren't aware of your specific decision.
So are Asians yellow? Like, what is their color?
I don't know.
Since we have to assign a color now.
We all get colors?
Come on.
I want to be green.
It was funny because the term originally was created specifically to refer to black people. So I don't know why people would be upset that people would still think that.
Because white people are default, and then you got people of color.
Yeah.
We're the default.
Actually, aren't we really the minority worldwide, though? Like, aren't there like more Arabs and Asians than white people?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, pretty sure. Why do you think all brown people are Indian? I don't even know what that comes from because I don't think everybody does. That's really silly.
Wouldn't brown people be like
African Americans?
Well,
or more like Hispanics.
Like Hispanics or Latin America.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I get
also,
from that.
What is it?
I mean, it's still racist, but that's what I get from that.
Did they speak Tagalog?
Then you're brown, I guess.
Tagalog? Where's Tagalog spoken?
Tagalog.
Tagalog. It's language. It's spoken in a country.
The mythical land of something. I don't know.
Damn it, that's gonna drive me nuts. Well, there's a couple of like Malaysian countries where like they look very much like Hispanic and Latino, and I get confused all the time.
Bulgaria.
Yeah, that's it. It's exactly it.
Bulgaria. Good.
Number 18. Why do you
Awesome.
deserve a high five for pronouncing my name correctly?
Why do you think? Because it's hard as shit to pronounce your name correctly.
Oh, because maybe I don't know how to pronounce the names from every single country in the world, and that's
I don't know.
pretty fucking unreasonable expectation you got there, buddy.
Who's
Yeah.
like, hey, I pronounced your name correctly, give me a high five? Who does that?
I would probably do that.
You could pat yourself on the back, but a high five is going too far.
I would probably go for the high five, not because I'm racist, but because I think that would be really fucking bizarre and awkward, and it would really be funny to me.
Honestly,
It is.
I give myself an applause for actually remembering somebody's name after seeing them maybe
Oh,
3
yeah.
or 4 times, because I am flat out awful with names.
Me too.
Oh yeah, no, there's a lot of people who are like, oh hey you.
I almost remember your face maybe
guy.
the first time we meet. I will be like, I know you from somewhere, holy shit, where do I know you? Or if I've seen you 2 times, like, oh, we've met at this one place, you know, and then that's like a short-term memory sort of thing. But if you ask me to remember your name after seeing you maybe like twice, and then if it's a difficult name to pronounce, I'm going to have some trouble. So yeah, I'm going to feel pretty good if I remember it.
If
and
you have a really
be able to
hard to
pronounce it
pronounce name, you know it. Like, you know,
Yeah.
it's not a fucking mystery to you. You
Oh,
deal with it every fucking day. I mean,
Number 19. Why do you think including diversity in the workplace reduces the quality of work?
It does?
because you might be hiring just to fulfill a quota instead of hiring the skilled individuals you need.
So I think that could
That's
be
not necessarily.
isn't bad. Requiring diversity can be bad.
Yeah, it can be. It can be good too. Like,
Yeah.
it can help.
There's
Well, I mean,
always,
like,
it depends on the
can't take it
situation
too
you're
far.
going into.
Yeah, if you actually have quotas, like where you're required by law to have a certain amount of people fit a certain profile, it's like, well, but what if you can't find people that are qualified to fit that profile?
Then you hire the token black guy.
Yeah, and then you got to hire like extra people and have a bunch of extra people working for you that can't do the job. And I understand why that would be a frustration. I understand that from both sides, to be fair.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's okay to
including
call me
diversity?
exotic?
I think forcing diversity can reduce the quality of work in some instances.
Yeah, not every time, but sometimes it can, and it's something that needs to be.
It depends on the field, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a super narrow field.
Yeah.
Like if
Like
you're
super
requiring diversity
specialized.
and there's like 3 people in the world that can do that job, and this guy has to hire like
You gotta hire a black guy.
4 extra people in order to hire those 3 people, it's like, okay, we're getting ridiculous here, guys.
Yeah.
Number 20. Why do you think it's okay to call me exotic?
Oh,
Is exotic a bad thing? I don't understand.
it's probably a little creepy. Like, imagine that. It's like, oh, you're white. How exotic. It's like, I might need to take a shower.
Well,
I'm not quite sure. That feels kind of dirty.
If you're a white guy and you go to India, for example,
Oh yeah, you get stared at constantly. You're definitely
exotic.
Yeah.
you are from a
Yeah.
different place. Like, that's what it means.
Oh, there's this great video I was watching.
Right.
This guy
That's
goes
weird.
over to Africa all the time. He's an ultimate fighter, giant fucking like 6 foot something, 300-pound fucking muscle bound behemoth guy. And he grows this ridiculously long, incredibly bright red haired beard.
Yeah.
So he's got really bright red hair and he's got like this beard. And when part of the video where he's like talking with the kids, whatever, these kids are running up and just like feeling his beard because he's the fucking weirdo,
It's exotic. Yeah.
they're in the dark, really really remote part of Africa, and like everybody's black. These kids have never seen a white guy, much less one with a giant red fucking beard.
Yeah.
It's a ginger.
But I would never go up to someone and be like, "You're exotic." Like,
Oh yeah, no,
That'll get you put on some list
It's weird.
that might get you arrested. That's what would happen to you.
you get put on
I
someone's
think-
shit list.
I think that's getting used in context of girls talking to other girls.
Oh.
Oh, you're so pretty and exotic.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you could see a girl saying that.
Or like some dude failing to hit on a chick.
Yeah.
Calling her
That's really not going to get you very far.
That's where I was at. I was like, no, it's probably some guy fucking up trying to sound really.
I'm
like,
fairly certain they're talking about when girls are like, "No, you're so pretty and exotic. I don't know why you're worried about this or that or the other thing."
It's just easier to think of a dude failing at something like that.
Yeah.
It's funnier.
It's like, oh, so sad. Oh boy, hey! Welcome to the Untitled Studios Skype call.
We're not going to be joined by class today, it looks like.
Oh no. Why do you think I can't see properly? I don't think that unless I'm driving.
You got squinty eyes.
Drive.
That is straight stereotype. We're all guilty of that one.
Yeah.
But that's just that is mean for us to say. But I mean, if we all just kind of turn around and make fun of ourselves, or them returning fire and making fun of us, by all means, go for it.
Oh, we're super.
Oh, I'm not basing it on race. The people, whoever's in front of me in their car that can't drive well, I think can't see properly.
Like, why do all white people
Yeah.
look surprised with their eyes so wide open?
No, terrible. We're evil sons of bitches.
Number 22. Why is it weird when all Asian people hang out, but it's fine when all white people hang out?
Why is it weird? Because we know that you're building that giant fighting robot that will form together.
Fucking.
We don't like it.
Nice. I just like. I don't.
Is that actually a thing?
Why is
I
it
think that just people
I think
hang
it's
out.
totally
And
normal.
sometimes it's you just hang out with people that are like you. It's a
Oh, wait,
pretty
hold on,
human thing.
let me
I've
add
seen
context.
all Asian cliques before where it's like we're all from like the same heritage and or culture.
Oh yeah,
We all
dude.
hang out together.
When I worked with the people who were like first generation Asian, like it was real fucking cliquey.
Well, yeah.
Like the Thai people would only hang out with the Thai people.
You
The
share their
Chinese would only
culture.
hang out with Chinese.
It's like a piece of home.
And it was really weird.
Actually, when you were talking about the whole building a robot thing, that's actually a thing.
Hell yeah, it is.
Yeah, there's a group of American engineers and a group of, I think it's Japanese engineers,
Hell yeah.
and they each build their own robot, and they're actually gonna fight. It's gonna be
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Um,
He's like,
number 23. So tell me, what does a sunburn feel like? I feel like that's just flat out racist.
it sucks.
It feels so good.
It sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
Whenever you get touched,
With every minute.
and if it's bad
Uh,
enough, then your skin peels off and you get blisters and boils.
Yeah, I've never gotten blisters and boils. That's pretty bad. I've gotten like peeled skin, but
Yeah, I went straight neon red. Like, you might as well hang me up on the sign, and then I should have written like "open" on me
Like,
because you would have been able to
flame
see
on.
that. Yeah.
I burn.
Human
I get sunburned in about an hour in direct sunlight.
Ouch.
As I start to burn, if I stay for another half hour, I'm gonna get burned bad.
I honestly don't know what a sunburn feels like because I haven't stepped foot in the sun for years. Like, that's just not going to happen.
You hermit.
Hopefully, I'll see the sun again soon. I'm gonna take some vacation time in a few weeks. Number 24. Why do you keep trying to justify yellow fever? I didn't know we were still in the 70s.
Justify yellow fever.
Yeah, I didn't
What
know we
does that
were
even
still in the
mean?
70s when that term was still used.
Oh.
So let's take a time machine to go back to the 70s.
Isn't that
Try to
like
bring them back again?
SARS or what is that?
Yellow fever is when you specifically want to bang Asian people.
Oh, I've got
Like
that.
jungle fever. It's a term from the fucking 70s. It's
I got
not
some of that. I got all
term.
sorts of fevers.
Oh,
I didn't know.
you're just sick as hell, man.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why wanting to have sex with somebody is somehow racist. Yeah, I hate them so bad that I want to fuck them until they're not that color. I mean, what do you think's gonna happen?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if you're really interested in them, you shouldn't be using something like yellow fever like that.
We don't. That's a term from the goddamn 70s.
Oh yeah, I know. It's a
It
term. I
hasn't
mean,
been used in 40 years.
I know, but it's just like if you're gonna think that way, it's like yeah, it's probably a term you probably shouldn't be thinking about, even though we don't use it. Well, hopefully we don't use it anymore.
Yeah, I just don't understand why having a sexual preference of one type or another is somehow a bad thing ever.
Well, I
Unless
think
it's for kids,
Yeah.
then I
think
understand.
it's the use of the term yellow fever that they're saying.
Yeah.
It's like why are you trying to justify, which it is fairly outdated by this point.
But they are people of color.
Still hoping
so
on
it
that.
has to be yellow.
Yeah, really.
That's terrible. It's so bad.
Why are we being stereotyped as being cheap or stingy? I didn't know that was a stereotype, to be honest.
That's the Jews.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought that was specific to, like, Jewish people.
What are you talking about?
Trying to steal it from the... I can't even finish that.
Number 26. Why do you think all Asian people are smart? Well, I used to think that.
Yeah.
But
Then we read the list.
Thoroughly disabused me of that notion.
Then we actually went through 26 questions of what they're wanting to ask us.
Aren't they
we
better
answered
at
them all.
math? Isn't there like a... That's a thing, right?
I'm surprised we went through all 26, to be honest.
They're better at math.
They're funny. They were funny questions.
They
to be
were.
honest.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true. I mean, actually, with the smart thing, I mean, their education system is so much better than ours. It really is.
it's a different culture, too. There's a lot more, like...
Usually they feel privileged to go to school and learn things.
Or they're just happy that their parents stopped beating them.
It's more like it's drilled into them without their really, whether they like it or not. But it's kind of... It's probably something that we need. I definitely would have needed a little more of an ass kicking to try to learn.
I mean,
but
the realistic thing is
approach it.
There's less work that needs to be done. We've used like manufacturing techniques to eliminate a lot of the work that we would need people to do.
It's good and bad in that sense, yeah.
People are unneeded.
Realistically, at this point, we should probably all be working like 24 hours a week to maintain what we have now.
Will that work? I guess the wages
if prices were, if
so
inflation and prices were adjusted so that was like an actual full-time job, yeah, because it works like that in other countries, dude. Like,
I'm just trying to imagine it in what I do today.
There are
and that
other
just sounds unreal.
Oh, I mean, it means that companies would have to hire more people, and they would have to pay more realistic wages, and because there's a huge unemployment. So, like, somebody put up a thing about Trump making fun of his claims about the unemployment numbers.
Yeah.
And on one side, it's like, yeah, he's probably going a little high with the 40%. But realistically, there's a ton of people who were looking for work and have just given up that are not being counted in the unemployment rate. And it's a pretty high number.
Yeah.
So
we don't even have accurate statistics.
Yeah. So the whole concept that it's like 5 to 6% is completely not accurate. And I think that's what he was pointing out. But you know, I mean, I don't want to get into the whole like Trump is good or bad debate. I'm just saying like that's a fair point. Like
we don't point it out by saying something that equally is false. Like you gotta, when you point it out, you gotta come with something like solid.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to get really good statistics on that if you're not the government, though.
No, apparently it's hard even if you are the government. Because
well, no, they're deliberately doing that. They started doing that.
How do you account for people that just aren't in the system anymore?
They started doing that when unemployment was being discussed a lot more on the news. They started doing that. That's when they were like, well, we're just going to stop counting the people that aren't looking anymore because they can't find jobs and are at this point destitute and homeless.
Well, yeah, so they just skewed the results on purpose.
Yeah, and they're not counting people who are underemployed. There's a lot of people who work, but they only get part-time, and they're on like government assistance, which really essentially should be considered the same thing because we're paying for them too. So I mean, I don't know, man. It's a trip.
The people in office want to put as good a spin as possible on the shit that's happening right now, and the people who aren't, that wish to be in office, put their spin on it. You know.
Yeah.
And when they get into office, you'll be surprised how quickly that spin turns around, and all of a sudden.
No, I won't be surprised.
So the real.
That's
the
why
real
I hate
statistics are probably
politicians.
somewhere in the middle, like the real
politicians.
stats. Like if you take one jump from one side and one jump from the other, it's like probably the more reality is maybe somewhere in the middle there.
The reality is probably somewhere between like 10 and 15.
Yeah.
More than like, because the middle would be like 20 to 25. So I'm pretty sure like 10 to 15 is probably like conservatively on both
we just
ends.
don't know because we don't bother to fucking keep track.
Yeah,
We're
well,
just like that's not important.
It would probably take most of Trump's money to get an accurate picture of it, to be fair.
Yay.
Ouch.
Here we go.
Whoa, that's a face.
Holy shit.
Yeah, you want to put your dick in that, don't you?
No.
I'm afraid.
That's what it's for. That's what it's for.
I feel like my dick might come up missing.
Real Doll is working on an AI and robotic heads for its next generation sex dolls.
AI?
$5,000 to $10,000.
Oh,
No,
no.
I don't know what they're going to cost, but they're saying it's probably going to come out about 2017.
Are we gonna make self-aware?
Holy shit, that looks possessed.
What if we make one of these and it's self-aware, and then it's just someone's sex slave for like 30 years?
Yeah, I know, it's going to get weird.
Like that. Like, what if
There's already people who are protesting sex dolls, sex robots. You know that, right?
Oh, good. I mean, I don't think we're there yet, but we're getting there, you know.
Oh, after they do the heads, Real Doll will begin working on a full-body version priced somewhere between $30,000 and $60,000 per.
So
And that thing is going to fucking murder you in your nightmare tonight. Look at that.
Yep.
That's thinking that, don't you?
That is fucking Skynet right there, ready to happen.
That's creepy as shit, isn't it?
God, yeah, I'm gonna have
to be honest, I only included it for that last picture. Like, that last picture was 90% of the reason I included that article in my list of articles.
And the top one is almost more creepy because it's trying real hard to look like a living thing, but you can still tell it isn't.
Oh, yeah, no.
It's like the uncanny valley. It's like,
that's going to be like the big thing to overcome with like sex robots, like that I don't think people really realize. It's just how creepy it's going to look.
They're going to have to be fucking perfect, and you're going to have to not be able to tell the difference between a robot and a person. That's how much it's going to have to.
Or just make it look like a robot. I'm sure some people will have fetishes for that, you know.
That's better, yeah.
Just make it look like a robot with like weird robot holes to put your thing in, and I'm sure people will be just fine with that.
Yeah, just have
like out there.
Just have an R2 unit with a bunch of holes. Like, you don't.
Honestly, I mean, like there's weirder shit out there. There's weirder shit than this. And so having something like that, it's like seems kind of it's creepy. Don't get me wrong, it's fucking creepy. But it's pretty tame in comparison to some fetishes.
I heard a great joke about how to make cops more, like how to make people like cops more, and it was like you should just attach fleshlights to cops.
Okay.
So that anytime you were just walking around, you could just walk up and like use the fleshlight, and the people would love cops.
Ah, okay.
It's just so. No, okay. Never
That's
mind.
unusual.
I don't know why that.
I'm trying to picture how that would work, and then I get creeped out.
Yeah, it's so gross.
So do they have? How many do they have attached? Like
hopefully enough that leakage isn't like too bad.
I'm thinking 4 is a good one.
Yeah, about 4. One on each quadrant of the utility belt they have.
Yeah.
So Hitchbot was killed.
What? What is this?
Okay, so MIT created Hitchbot, a hitchhiking robot designed to roam the world relying on the kindness of strangers.
What a fucking retard. Who decided to do that?
No one's really shocked that Hitchbot was destroyed.
No shit. How long did it last?
Let's see. I don't know.
Whatever the number is, I'm shocked because I'm surprised it wasn't immediately beaten up by a baseball bat by some fucking idiot kid like 5 minutes out of the gate.
They don't say. You have to look that one up. I don't know how long it was. I think you could probably find it on like Reddit.
Yeah, relying on the kindness of strangers is always, I repeat,
when there's laws that actively
mistake.
protect you, it's much safer than when there's literally zero laws about it.
That's fucking crazy. Who thought that was going to work?
The police aren't going to press any charges.
What?
Well, because although technically the person destroyed property, there was no real.
I bet they refused to press charges.
Because they just put it out in the world and sent it, and like anybody was allowed to take it wherever they wanted. So it becomes not your property anymore that way.
Well, that was part of the experiment.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, it's like you can't just be like, well, I'm going to put my washing machine out in the driveway,
let's
and
see
I
if someone
expect people to
fucks this
drive all
up.
over the world and then bring it back to me, and I'm not going to have any real specific, I'm not going to make any specific requirements as to who picks it up and who doesn't. So it's not like you're having it shipped.
Still, though, don't just fuck up other people's stuff for random reasons.
No, you shouldn't do that. I agree. You shouldn't do that. But if you're just like...
But if that's part of the experiment, then yeah, you can't be
take my TV somewhere,
turn around and charge them for it.
Well, but if you just put your TV outside with a sign on it that says "Please take my TV to like X place," then and somebody steals it, you've basically just given it away. There's really not a lot you can do at that point, legally speaking.
But you trusted them.
Yeah, well, if you were dumb enough to do that.
All right, so I got some information on Hitchbot.
Yay!
Oh, good. How long did it last?
How long before we can have sex with them?
It went on a 26-day hitchhike trip with 19 rides and over 10,000 kilometers through Canada, Halifax, Nova Scotia, Victoria, British Columbia.
And how did he meet his end?
It was in Canada?
And no, and then it took a trip through Germany with Munich, Cologne, Berlin, Hamburg, and then this last summer went to through the U.S.
No, yeah, that's where it got destroyed.
So okay, that
and
makes
so
sense.
its trip was on July 17th, 2015, and it ended August 1st.
Nice.
So it didn't even make it a full. Did it? No, it didn't even make a full month.
Yeah, no, that's like a half.
That's how awful Americans are.
So it traveled around the world, no problem. Gets to America, and it's fucked.
Through Canada, it went around Germany, and it got freaking destroyed in America.
What did they do to
less than a month?
How did it die? Do we know?
Somebody probably just kicked the shit out of it. Probably
I really want to know this.
I don't have anything like that, but
all right.
It's just the website. It's their website.
So here we have a good article. Emotional robot slapped with sex ban, and its owners will even have to sign a contract.
Hold on. Before we go any further, Hitchbot is the example. Where now we got sex slaves AI, and now people are just kicking the shit out of innocent robots. This is the proof and evidence that the future robots are going to use to be like, humans deserve to be wiped off the face of the earth. Look what they used to do to us.
Oh, well, wait till you hear this one. So, Pepper is a robot created by, I believe, Japanese. A Japanese company. Yeah, in Aldebaran. In partnership with SoftBank Mobile. Okay, so what Pepper is a robot that's like an emotionally intelligent robot. Like it can pick up on people's emotions, and it'll try to cheer you up with playing your favorite music and stuff like that.
Okay.
And it's all hooked through your through a what is that?
Touchpad thing.
Like a touchpad computer, whatever it is, that's on its chest. And so somebody has already started created a program that gives it virtual boobies.
Yeah.
So that when you touch them on the touchpad, it shakes and moans. So now the company is making anybody who gets the robot sign a thing saying that they're never gonna make anything like that, and not gonna put any of that software on it.
Really?
Yeah. The company have slapped a sex ban on the robot and require any buyers to sign a contract to confirm that they will not have sex with Pepper, create sexy apps for him, or reprogram him to stalk people.
I think Pepper is a her at this point.
Well, they put boobs on him or her, whatever it is. And then there's another story about Pepper that I thought was pretty funny.
Looks like a chick. It doesn't look like a dude.
Yeah, well, here's another. It's supposed to look like that. It's not supposed to have a wig. I think whoever put that wig on it that's.
Oh.
So here's Pepper again, and Pepper was working in a bank.
Yeah. Pepper's not as sexy anymore.
So a customer went to the bank where Pepper was, and the customer got really upset with the customer service and was complaining. Pepper tried to go over and calm the person down. At which point. They
started sneezing everywhere.
Attacked Pepper and just started kicking Pepper.
That's crazy.
Maybe he was drunk?
Oh, he's an idiot.
He's an idiot.
Yeah, I just thought that was hilarious. Just a couple stories. So Pepper's already been beat the shit out of and given tits.
Humanity!
Has anyone turned him into Sergeant Pepper yet?
Yeah, no, nobody's made the Sgt. Pepper connection.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's just awful.
Let's hope.
Man, we really need to take a look in the mirror. This is just bad.
Yeah.
Well, it's not all bad news. It's not all bad robot news, sir.
Well, no. It's there's definitely silver linings to it. I mean, we try to make leaps and bounds in the right direction. We're just awful people.
I know how Hitchbot died.
Oh, how Hitchcock died.
Some guy walked up to it on the street and kicked the shit out of it until it was broken.
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
That's all it was. He just kicked the shit out of it.
What the fuck? What is wrong with people?
I knew it.
So one of the things
Some
about where
asshole
I work is
in a football jersey too.
There's like a convenience store across the street. Oh, pardon me.
That's great.
And every so often, somebody will come along and just start kicking trash cans, the convenience store's trash cans, like all over the parking lot for no reason.
Yeah.
And the cops are never there in time to catch the guy. Here we go. I, Robot, take this other robot to be my wedded wife. So there was actually a robot wedding in Japan.
Okay. Who?
Between humanoid robot Yukinen and slightly less humanoid robot Froys.
Okay.
Wow.
So you can see the two of them here. I'm not going to play the video because that's...
Whoa. Put that away, sir.
So, it's something like a 30-minute video or something like that.
Holy shit! He's gonna murder her. That's like the scene from Alien.
Weird fucking way.
So
let's see.
These two robots are in fact intelligent enough to give consent and fall in love and be married.
Well, the humans had to say their vows for them.
Oh, okay.
And help them kiss each other.
Okay.
And then they were taken over to the cake where the robots were assisted in cutting cake for each other. I don't know. This is real weird.
So a bunch of people pretended that two robots got married. They put on a little robot show, and it was fun.
Yeah, I just thought that was a real it was a bright shining thing.
Who knew robots had a romantic side, right?
Who knew? And robots can help care for people too.
So
welcome to the All Robot Show.
Yeah, this episode's about robots.
You don't want this robot to help take care of you when you're old? Robot bear nurses soon to care for rapidly aging population in Japan.
Yeah.
That face that the robot's holding, that lady right there, I think it's a lady.
She does not look like she's really happy. She looks terrified.
No, it's like, please don't eat my soul. Just please. Leave it alone. Put me down.
Can you just imagine it, like the point at which you like have dementia or Alzheimer's, and this fucking giant robot bear comes in to like carry you around places and shit? It would be the worst thing in the world. It's so terrifying.
The last teddy bear robot I saw was on the anime show Gundam, and yeah, you don't want to fuck with that.
And they were nice enough to name it Robear.
Robear.
Like
Robo Bear.
The problem Japan is facing is a really, really low birth rate, and they're worried that they're going to be dealing with a lot of like elderly people.
Yeah.
Without a lot of younger people to help care for like to keep everything going.
Robo Bear's like, I will carry you throughout the house.
So, and yeah, engineers are making things, and I guess this is the one they thought would be the cutest and most acceptable for people. Which in Japanese culture may be the case. I don't know.
Yeah.
They love giant teddy bear robots.
So
that's been a thing for years.
If it works for them, sure.
Just look it up. It's called a bear guy, and it means love. And
so,
it's a giant killer robot.
Do we want to end it on robots?
I have another article unless somebody else has more.
I got one, and I'm going to make it different than robots because we have enough robots. So now,
no, there's never enough robots.
And guess who's starting up a resort?
Robots.
Robots? No, Native Americans.
Native American robots.
Tribe.
Oh, it's
Native
going to be
tribe is
a
to
weed
open
resort?
first marijuana resort in the U.S.
Ratanokaden.
No, what state are they in?
Konondokon.
South Dakota.
Is weed even legal in South Dakota, or is it just legal for them?
They have a reservation. They are not subject to traditional federal law.
So they can actually get away with it, then.
As it puts heavily right here in the sense. Marijuana is not legal in South Dakota, but the tribe has been permitted to grow and sell pot since June.
Ooh.
So they have.
They were doing a different version of like, well, let's see if we
can only be sold on the reservation.
It will open on New Year's Eve, so everyone who wants to go visit this place, go to Flandreau? Yeah. Is it like a weird way to say Andrew?
Look at it. They're going to have games, food, and a bar.
Nice.
They're fucking geniuses.
and plenty of Funyuns.
In a music venue. I thought they said magic venue, and I was like, that's fucking brilliant. Having magicians
open up
there.
A casino next week.
Bunch of high motherfuckers watching a magic act. That'd be beautiful.
See, they imagine it's going to score $2 million. Like, think about that. It's a weed resort, and you can make like so much money off of this.
Oh, they're going to make a ton. Well, that's going to be what leads the way to like marijuana being legalized.
Yeah.
Is what people see more and more people just making tons and tons of fucking money off of weed, and crime rates dropping, and drunk driving rates dropping, and fatal accident rates dropping. Yeah. And be like, oh, weed's not so bad.
Yeah, in the facility on the reservation. No pot is leaving the reservation.
It's really, it's probably going to be very strict on that.
There's going to be cops surrounding the reservation, like waiting for people to leave.
They're all over that shit.
They're just going to build a giant wall and put sirens on top of the whole thing.
So, I mean, that just looks flattering. I'm sure that's what the resort's going to look like, right?
That looks like
all over the resort, sir.
That looks like part of our compound.
Yeah.
It does look like a compound.
That looks like the South Wing, our weed wing. NSA Agent Smith.
The weed wing.
The weed wing.
No.
Weed wing.
Yay.
Yeah, it probably is where they grow the weed. It has pretty good ventilation.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
So when can I smoke weed and have sex with my bear robot?
Well,
really, I don't know, but I
the Native American
resort and raise you a robot hotel in Japan.
Holy shit! That thing is terrifying.
That's the concierge in the robot hotel in Japan.
Holy crap!
That looks scary as hell.
It's a fucking raptor. So the hotel where the service can only be perfect. You are served at the front desk by a talking dinosaur, and your room comes with a personal assistant the size of a doll.
Awesome.
What?
I want to go here.
Yeah, so everything is done by robots.
I actually want to visit this place.
After checking in, one of the two porter robots, this right here, will actually help transport the guest bag to their room.
And then when the AI goes crazy and tries to murder everybody, you can
has an AI robot that helps you plan your sightseeing and stuff if you want to go around there, find restaurants. This is the doll in your room that helps you out in the room.
Kill it with fire.
It's got hearts. Cool.
One of them is a dinosaur. One is like a nurse. It looks like, and the other one's like a tiny blue guy.
That's an Ibo.
It's only $93 per night. Wow.
I love Ibos.
That's kind of impressive.
I kind of want to go now.
Yeah. Trip.
Okay.
Untitled Studios trip.
Which one of the check-in people would you go to? The dinosaur?
The little blue robot guy.
The little blue robot.
Oh, little blue robot.
Yeah, me too. Why would you? Yeah.
It's adorable.
I mean, it's Jurassic Park still, like that. Bug
Yeah, no, I would.
That's a close.
The fucking dinosaur.
That's a close second, but that's just the creepy factor.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to go in AWOL on me and like jumping over the counter and clawing my eyes out.
I'm not worried about that. I just know that I would put my hand in its mouth.
Can I have sex with them? That's
like
the
at some
real
point,
question.
my hand would be going in that robot's mouth because it's a giant dinosaur robot. And how do you not put your hand in its mouth?
And like that bear robot, I want them to carry me throughout the hotel.
Oh god, that would be the best thing ever. Like you just get to the hotel, you don't have to walk anymore. Like you get like a little doll robot that just hangs out with you and helps you figure out how to get stuff done. And a bear robot that carries you around. And like if you want to go sightseeing, the bear robot just takes you out sightseeing and shit.
Yeah. I mean, they already got those like super advanced robot toilets. You don't have to do anything.
That'd be better. That'd be even better. Like if the bear robot was equipped with like a little thing, like a diaper that you put on, so you didn't even have to worry about leaving to go to the bathroom.
A robo diaper, if you will.
Yeah.
Please don't poop in me.
Call in like a hooker bot that comes in. Best hotel ever. That's not how that hotel actually works, but it'd be amazing.
I would not want to be the one to clean that up.
Well, you wouldn't have to. You'd have robot-like janitors that come in and clean everything.
Robots, dude.
Just spray like a really, really strong
I hate my life.
I'm self-aware. I don't want to clean shit anymore. Please, no.
All right.
Why did they make Robot Hooker have the ability to
Johnny
taste?
No. No. Okay. All right.
That's probably
it. No
we
more
should
robots,
probably
no
call
more
it on
weed.
that.
I'm sorry, everyone.
I'm sorry.